been stuck between like fight and forgive, or between stay and leave? Those indecisive moments, like, prove yourself or burn it all down. Have you ever been stuck in between? Actually, you're standing at the doorway to the third way, the way in between. I want to talk to you about that today because we have a tendency to choose sides. In the spiritual path, we want to choose sides. We want to choose the light over the dark, right? We want to choose the high. But this idea of having to choose one side over the other, actually, that there's something wrong. And it's really not about choosing one over the other. It's about holding both at the same time, and a third way emerges. That's what I want to talk to you about, Susan. So glad you're my neighbor. But before I talk to you about walking the path, I want to talk to you about Rythmia, because this talk is under the auspices of Rythmia Life Advancement Center, which has been my home for the last 8+ years. And amazing miracles happen every week. People show up there weekly with heavy burdens, and they leave lighter. Every week they leave lighter. Not because somebody fixed them, but because they remembered who they really were. That's what happens every week at Rythmia. So to look at rythmia.com, send me a direct message if you have any questions for the miracles that happen there every week. Now, back to the third way. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. So the third way, like I was saying, we have a tendency to choose. The spiritual path wants us to choose sides: the light over the shadow, the higher self over the ego, discipline over desire, awareness over emotion. But the real question is, what if real maturity isn't in choosing? I mean, I totally get caught in that all the time. I don't know about you guys, but I get caught. I get caught in the indecision of something, But what if the real mature thing to do is not to choose a side, but to hold both sides? Carl Jung taught that real development actually requires the capacity to hold two opposing forces at the same time without privileging either and without exiling either. He called it, in one aspect, the union of opposites, an enantiodemia. It takes part of this idea of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. This is attributed to Hegelian classical philosophy, but it really is this idea of being, anti-being, nothing, being, nothing, and then the synthesis of the two, which is a third way. Something emerges, the emergent quality. This is not a compromise. This is not a compromise. It's transcendence. It's a third way. And here's the part that really matters, is that the third way doesn't emerge when we rush to a resolution. The third way emerges when we hold the tension long enough. Right? If I can hold the tension between these two poles, between my lightness and my darkness, between my higher self and my ego, between my discipline and my awareness, if I can hold the tension long enough, there's integration. That's actually stabilization. That's actually integration. And this isn't theoretical for me right now. I want to share with you guys that two truths have surfaced for me that feel like opposites. One is that I need support, and the other is, I'm sovereign. It kind of is like I can collaborate, and I'm the authority. I can receive. I trust my own knowing. It's this, unconscious swing between these two poles, either leaning toward or which is independence. I got this. I don't need anybody. I can carry this alone. I got it. Right? Or leaning towards dependence, which for me is like, just tell me what to do, reassure me, and I can belong. Right? I'll just give me a track to run on. I'll do it. But what's emerging for me now is something that feels different. A third way is not independence. It's not dependence. It's interdependence without. And instead of rushing to resolve that tension, of, I got this. I'm a creator. I am the creator of my life experience. I'm the one. I'm responsible, to I could really use some help. I don't want to do it all on my own. What's the holding something, instead of rushing to resolve that, just to like be with both of those side of me, a third way is emerging. And there's like a psychological way to understand this. I think an early my mentor was sharing with me about early internal family systems, and that the creator of internal family systems developed this scale of fusion and independent. It's sort of like the scale is like if you're 100% fused on this side, 0% fused on this side, and 0% independent on this side, 100% independent on this side, right? So it's like 100% fused, 100% independent. And if what he's saying is that, there's no, in one extreme, fusion, there's no differentiation. The world merges completely. And on the opposite extreme, rigid independence, right? You're cut off, you're isolated, and you're and both extremes are unstable, right? Fusion erases you, and rigid independence isolates you, me, right? This is what I'm seeing. And the difference, right? Connection without collapse, autonomy without isolation. How can I independence without self-abandonment? Danielle Barrett, was that Yvonne? Are you telling me that's the founder of internal family systems? Is that what you're referring to? So that I want to talk about this radical self-love, how this holding this tension actually helps us to arrive at this sense of radical self-love, and where that becomes real. Because self-love is not sentimental. Self-love is not affirmation. It's not convincing yourself that you're amazing, which you are. But self-love is really the refusal to exile any. If I exile my need for support, I fracture. If I exile my need for sovereignty, I fracture. And we don't want to exile anything. Don't exile your ambition. Don't exile your insecurity. Don't exile your sexuality. Don't exile your fear. Don't exile your brilliance. Don't exile your shadow. When we exile, we fracture. When we include, so we're not really here to improve ourselves. We're here to include ourselves, right? Inclusion stabilizes. And when both poles are allowed to stay in the same awareness reorganizes, or experience, the awareness reorganizes. And we can go deeper with this in the emotional body, right? The emotional body is deeper than where classic metaphysics goes, right? Because classic metaphysics is talking about the mind and affirmations and vision boards, and all that stuff is really good. But it's not enough to think your way into whole. The emotional body is what drives creation, and it has to feel safe before you can create, right? The emotional body is the driver. So, what do I want to say here? So every time we begin to work with ourselves, observe familiar patterns, actually allow ourselves to feel what's been going on, observe without fear, feel without resistance, and ask empowering questions, we actually begin to heal. And you're teaching every time you can just observe your pattern, right? By bringing something into observation, it stabilizes it. Observation is just awareness reorganizes. How do we work with something? I was listening to Dr. Jeff in his workshop recently, and he said, how do you bring the unconscious into the conscious? By bringing your awareness to it. And once we bring our awareness to something, it begins to reorganize. And so this is the same thing we're doing with the emotional body, right? When we start to realize, oh, I don't feel safe being myself. I don't feel safe being independent. I don't feel safe being fused, right? Once we start to observe those patterns, you start to teach your emotional body that you're not too much, that you're not wrong. And the repetition of this working with the emotional body creates safety. And safety allows for that tension that we need to hold, right? I can't hold the tension of the opposites if I don't feel safe. So I have to bring the emotional body into some level of safety so that I can hold the tension of my light and my higher self and my ego. And awareness reorganizes that experience. And there's a subtle sort of violence. Resolve the tension too quickly, right? I want relief. I want clarity. I want to pick a side, right? I want to get rid of this feeling. But growth often happens in what psychic womb, right? In this tension, in the not knowing, in the space where we do not resolve ourselves too quickly. And lately, I've been on this kind of mission to end this inner violence, to end this self-aggression. And this self-aggression looks like fix yourself. It looks like improve yourself, transcend yourself, resolve yourself, become the best version of yourself. This is really violence against ourselves. This is really aggression, because the deeper path isn't to become the best version of yourself. The deeper path is to hold all the versions of you. And the middle way emerges. I talk about Angelo saying, I saw the angel in the statue and carved until I set him free. When he didn't force David into being, he removed what was not essential. But there's this idea that Michelangelo chiseled away something to reveal the truth. Indeed. But there's no part of us that needs to be chipped away. The only thing that we need to chip away is that there's something wrong with us. The only thing we have to chip away is our fear. The only thing we have to chip away is our shadow. I mean, we don't need to, excuse me, bleep, blah, 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 rewind. We don't need to chisel our way into worthiness. That's what I want to say. We don't need to chisel our way into worthiness. We don't need to chisel away our shadow. We do not need to chisel away our ego. We do not need to chisel away our desire, our needs, our wants. That's just a fix yourself trap, right? The chiseling isn't removing parts of you. The chiseling is removing the aggression. You're chiseling away the violence. You're chiseling away you're not removing the shadow, you're removing the shame around it. You're not removing the ego, you're removing the attack on it. And you're not removing your need for support. I'm not removing my need for support. I'm worried that needing support makes me weak. I'm not chiseling away my humanity. I'm chiseling away hostility. So the unnecessary aggression to fall away. It's way more relaxed. It's way more included. It's way more stable. And this is the piece, right? I can feel safe and hold this tension, remove the self-aggression, all of the ideas that I need to get rid of my ego, get rid of my shadow, get rid of all these parts of me. No, we want to hold them all and let your nervous system reorganize. I've talked before about the Colder mobiles, these huge mobiles. Remember the mobiles that hang above the crib? They're all symmetrical. Well, these mobiles are giant sculptures. The artist is Colder, and they're non-symmetrical. They're just crazy, weird shapes. They're giant, monstrous sculptures. And when you touch one part, the whole thing rebalances itself. And it doesn't cut pieces off to balance itself. The mobile doesn't remove one pole. It allows the system to recalibrate, right? When tension is redistributed, balance emerges. Integration it's recalibration. And unbecoming is not self-removal, it's self-inclusion without attack. But this is subtle, right? Your ego does not need to die. It needs to be integrated. The shadow, it needs to be seen without exile. And And when this aggression falls away, what remains is wholeness, not perfection, but wholeness. We're not sculpting a better self. We're softening the war against ourselves. And like the Calder mobile, when one piece moves, the whole. This is recalibration. This is dynamic adjustment. So, we're not here to choose the light over the shadow. We're not fixing the ego. We're not suppressing the dark side. We're holding both poles. We're holding both poles. Oh, no. Sorry. We're holding both poles. Something wiser, then our urgency will emerge. The third way isn't created by force, but from inclusion. So I feel like this is our talk today, right? We've been talking about loving both poles, about shadow, about the self-love as refusal to exile any parts of ourselves. We're talking about awareness, reorganizing experience, and allowing both sides into our consciousness to hold all of us, that there's not one part of you that doesn't deserve to be loved and appreciated, not one part. Not one part. This is mature. This is holding the tension long enough for something new to emerge. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you for joining me today. Wishing love and holding the tension. Hold it and wait. Don't rush to collapse it. Don't rush to figure it out. Hold it and wait. And a third way will emerge.